Shalom everybody, and thank you for tuning to our channel. Rabbi Shapira here. I am sure that all of you have seen the events that have taken place in the last 24 hours in Israel, where the Houthis have attacked Ben Gurion Airport. Today, I would like to reveal to you the shocking prophecy that is revealed and released before our eyes straight from the Word of the Bible. But before I get to this, it is important, number one, that you watch the entire video from the beginning to the end. This is a significant teaching that I have to release to you today. And number two, roughly 15 months ago, I've released the Fall of Edom to you, followed first by the new Hamas. The Fall of Edom has given a warning to the nations from the prophet Obadiah. I plead with you, I urge you, if you speak English, Spanish, Korean, French, German, read this book. Read every word and every letter. It will explain to you exactly where we're at. Now today we have seen a significant event in Israel. We have seen the Houthis all the way in Yemen launching a massive attack on Ben Gurion Airport. A rocket for the very first time have landed right next to Terminal 3. We have seen these pictures in shock and in horror. Could it be that the Bible has been prophesied about the Houthis? In my commentary on the book of Obadiah, I've already spoke to you about Yemen. Now remember that Yemen we didn't know anything about Yemen before October the 7th, and all of a sudden out of nowhere the Houthis have been raised up. Could it be that this is part of prophecy? Today I want to show you some things that will stun you and will shock you, straight from the prophet Obadiah. And how is it connected to the United States, to Iran, and ultimately for the coming of the Mashiach? Please pay attention. It is important that you share and like this video, spread the light quickly so that people will know the truth. The prophet Obadiah in chapter 1 verse 9 says the following. Listen carefully. He says, "Then you mighty men, O Yemen, you will be shattered so that everyone will be cut off from the hill country of Esav to the slaughter." You see, there is always a connection between Yemen and Esav and Edom, and we have to understand this connection. The Hebrew word that is used here in the text, in the context of Yemen, is the word for mighty man, this mighty man. And what is the word in the Hebrew Bible to the mighty one? The rabbis tell us this, the word is Hutu. The word in Hebrew, Hutu, is derived from the word Houthim. The Houthim of Yemen are encoded in the Hebrew Bible. Everybody have to understand that the Houthim and the fact that they are connecting to Esav and the final judgment that is coming to Esav is coded in Obadiah chapter 1 verse 9. And you need to know why it is connected for the coming of the Messiah. It's important that you follow with this. In Amos chapter 1 verse 12, the prophet will cry out, he says, "I will send down upon Yemen a great fire, and it shall devour the fortress of Bozrah." Notice two things here. Yemen connected to the Houthim according to the Obadiah chapter 1 verse 9, and Yemen is also going to be consumed in a place called Bozrah. Why this is important? Because the word in Hebrew, Bozrah, is the word Sarah. It is speaking about the time of Jacob trouble. When will Jacob trouble occur? Jacob trouble will occur, according to Obadiah 1:9, at the time that we'll see the raising of the group that is called the Houthis. It is here, it is in the Hebrew Bible, and a great judgment is going to come upon them in a place that called Bozrah. Why this is important? The rabbis continue and connected the word Batzra, who is connected to the Houthis, who is connected to Yemen, to the word of Isaiah chapter 63, when it's saying the following, which should tell you where we're heading to. It says in Isaiah 63, who is coming from Edom? He is crimson in garment from Batzera. This is the one who's splendid in his apparel, pressing toward in his great might. He said, who is the one who's coming from Edom and is coming after the retribution of Batzera? It is the Messiah. Listen to this. This is very important. Who is the one who's coming from Edom? The Messiah is going to be born out of Edom after the battle of Batzera. Batzera is the battle of Yemen, which is the battle of the Houthis. Are you following what I am telling you today? Brothers and sisters, Israel tonight announced that they're going to go to a massive attack against Yemen, against the Houthis, where Obadiah 1:9 tell us that they will be cut off. And the same battle in Amos 1:12 tell us that it will be caught fire. Friends, Yemen annihilation of the Houthis is imminent before us. And what is going to be the next step? The next step is going to be the birthing of the Messiah from Edom. Isaiah 63, Amos 1:12, and also Obadiah 1:9 is what's before us. Listen to what the rabbis of old tell us in Rabbi Eliezer, Psikata de Rabbi Eliezer. It says the following: 3 words of trouble will be taking place with the sons of Israel in the future wage on the earth in the latter days. It is says, for they have fled from the swords. Sword signified only wars. One in the forest of Arabia. Where is Yemen? Around Arabia, as it says, from the drawn sword. Another war will take place in the sea, from the bent bow, and then it's going to lead to the final war. The forward that will launch from Batzera will be the war between Ishmael and between Edom, which will be more grievous than the 2 other wars, as it is said, from the grievous of this war. And what will be the result? From there, the son of David will flourish, and he will see the destruction of both kingdoms. Brothers and sisters, I am going to give you the sequence of events that is going to take place so that you will be wise and will understand what is before us. Israel will go to war against Batzera. Not just Israel, but Edom itself is going to go to war against Batzera. Where is that? That is already telling us it is in Yemen against the group that is called the Houthis, as the Bible is telling us. Incredible. And what will birth out of this? A final war will be birthed out of this, which is the war between Edom and between Ishmael. Where we are heading to right now and what we're seeing is the birth pangs that will lead to the worst of all wars. So when it says here in the Bible, who are the nation who will going to be fighting among themselves, you must understand it. The end of all war is what's coming after the war with Yemen. So first, Yemen will catch fire. And that will be the ultimate start of the Betzarat, Sarat Yaakov, which Isaiah 63 is telling us is the coming of the Messiah. But the war of all wars is between Rome and Ishmael. Ishmael have another name in rabbinical literature. It is called Persia. It is called Paras. And here is what you must know. Persia have another name. Persia is known in rabbinical literature as the bear, Who is the bear? The bear represents Russia. Persia and Russia is one in the same. We are just received a sign that Israel and another nation that is called Edom is going to get into a battle against Yemen, as Obadiah 1:9 saying, that will ultimately lead us to the final war. Now take a breath and know what is coming before us. It says the following. Rabbi Joshua, son of Levi, said, Rome is destined to fall into the hand of Persia. What? Edom is going to fall to Persia. There are only two nations today that are being fighting against each other, and it is the United States of America in Iran. Do not believe to anything that says that there will be a peace agreement or some sort of agreement between United States to Iran. It is not going to happen, because that, friends, is the battle of all battles that is coming. And here the rabbi said that there is a strong possibility that Edom will lose to Persia. Are you following what I am telling you? There's only two possibilities. We know who is Persia. Who is in conflict with Persia today? In Persia today, the conflict is with the United States. United States is Edom. But the rabbi disagree and say there is another possibility, that Persia is destined to fall to the hand of Edom. Friends, there is a possibility that Iran will fall to Edom, and from that will be the birthing of the Messiah. Either way, the final conflict that is coming before us is between United States and Persia. And here, the rabbis in Avodah Zarah 2a says the following: the Roman Empire leaves and the Persian Empire enters in. What is the reason that the Persian Empire enters second? The reason is that after the Roman Empire, it is the most important one. And from where do we derive this? We are deriving this from the book of Daniel, chapter 7:5, and which says, and behold, another beast, a second one like a bear. Friends, understand what it is leading to right now. The Houthis are controlled by Iran. United States will not make a deal with Iran, and if there is a deal, it will explode, because we are entering into the final chapter right now before our own eyes. And in this final battle, it's going to be Edom and Persia who are going to be fighting against each other. And Edom is the United States without a doubt. And Persia, who is also called the bear, is going to be the one that is going to have an alliance of Russia and Iran, who is going to fight one another. And the shocking part is the rabbi says that there is a possibility that Persia will defeat United States. And the Gemara conclude and ask the question, what is different about Rome and Persia? In essence, why Rome and Persia are the one who are mentioned the most? Why are they singled out explicitly? And the Gemara answer. It says the following: it is because with regard to those kingdoms, Edom and Persia, their kingship extends until the coming of the Messiah. In other words, what the Gemara says, that the final war between Persia and Edom, which is clearly the United States, will take place until the days of the coming of the Mashiach. Brothers and sisters, right now we are in the days of fulfillment of Obadiah 1:9 with the day of Amos 1:12, which will lead to the final conflict between Edom, United States, and between Persia, which also called the bear. We have to understand the days that we are heading into right now. So how should we understand those days before us? Listen to what the Midrash says. This is in the context of the battle of Jacob with the angel of Esau in Genesis. And he said, let me go, for the day break. And he said, I will not let you go except when you bless me. Who is the one who looked forward at the dawn, fair as the moon, clear as the sun, terrible as the army with banners? This verse refers to Israel at the time when the Holy One, blessed be, raised them up and bring them out of the exile. At this time, he will open up for them a tiny aperture of light, then another somewhat larger, and so on, until he throw open for them this supernatural gate with face on all four quarters of the world. And indeed, the process is followed by God in all that they does for Israel and the righteous among them. For we know that when a man has been long shut up in darkness, it is necessary on bringing him into the light first to make to him an opening on a small eye of a needle, and then one a little larger, and so forth, until he can endure the full light. Do you understand what's happening right now in the world? It's like taking a blind man that can see now into a dark room and slowly opening the light, slowly, 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 until the light has been revealed. Mashiach is already here, and he is already slowly revealing his light. Right now we are watching before our eyes the prophecy fulfilled of Obadiah chapter 1:9 that speak about the Houthis. And at the end of the day, what is the purpose behind this? Behind Amos 1:12, Israel is fighting against Ishmael. What is the klippah of Ishmael? Ishmael. God will hear us. All what God wants today is for Israel to call to the heavens and say, Abba, I need you, and the Geulah will come. Ishma means to hear. God wants to hear our voices today. So the Houthis and Ishmael and Persia and the Bear are all our pawns that used by God so that Israel will call upon their Messiah with the word Baruch haba b'shem Adonai, so that the redemption will come. I plead with you today, call upon Hashem, read the Fall of Edom, the new Hamas, and understand who is in charge right now. The light is moving faster than ever before, and each and every one of us have to get ready right now, for the light is coming. So make sure that you read the Fall of Edom, make sure that you get ready. Prophecy is fulfilled faster as we are living in the days of the coming of the Messiah.